Hello, just me and my Todd. I was sitting there, thought I'll click on. Nothing special to say. We've signed it. Well, looks like the two lads are coming in. I'm trying to go without air conditioning, but not that easy. Yeah, so good players are coming in. Patience, 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 patience with this patience, which is something Rangers fans don't have at times. And as soon as I put this on, I need a pee, but I'll wait a bit before I do that. I was seeing the Conor Barron chat. Heart and Hand have just tweeted it along the lines that even if they get in contact with the people at Ibrox, the Rangers probably wouldn't say anything. That's Danny's presser to do that. So yeah, it's wrong cable. Danny's presser will find out about Conor Barron. It's not. Hello, Charlie. It's not. He could be out for a while, by the sounds of it, if it's true. But yeah, right. Sitting outside the car. There you go. I know that one. If this Conor Barron's buzz is true, it's not the best news ever, but we've been there before as Rangers fans. We've been through big injuries before, so yeah. We did get the guys in, left back and left mid. The centre mid, I think the boy is as well. It's anyone midfield. Everyone's about 4 different midfield positions for the boy. So I'm not even going to try and say his name. I'm all right, Colin. What time is it? It's 10:15 at night here. I might set my alarm for the Arsenal-Liverpool game because Arsenal is my English team, but I don't get bent out of shape if they lose, but it should be good. Is that right? Ruud van Nistelrooy might be the next Man U manager or interim manager. I like big Van Nistelrooy. There was rumours of him coming to us back in the day as a player. I think wasn't he? He nearly came as a player, didn't he? At one point, I think. Oh, calm down. The cats are messing about. This Conor Barron rumour, and it is a rumour, isn't good that his foot's in a boot and he could be out for 8 weeks, 9 weeks, the rest of the season. Typical of our luck. But, we've got players there. That means people need to step up. But not that, we've stepped up anyway. But that's football. I know it's a cliche, but that is football. If he is injured, lucky. I was going to say lucky. It's not lucky at all. But at least it's not the transfer window's open. We can maybe get somebody. Right, it's not the best. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man, say that. And my body, the Rangers playing at 3 in the morning messes up your body clock, man. So just having a few beers after. I was going to say after work. I've not been at work. I don't work anymore. Well, kind of. This is my work. Well, what's up? All my stuff's on silent at the moment. So, okay. I'm just talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy is definitely not going to be the next Man U interim. That comes from Mickey Pierre. Mickey's a call the guy behind what helps me behind the scenes in the page. The guy that's going to get me. What helps me. Aye. How are you all doing? The cat's jumping about like mad. You doing, cat? I don't know the cat's name. It's a Thai name, but I just call it Dickhead or Small One. She's funny, like. What are you doing? Chasing a bit of paper, as cats do. So getting 2 new players in today. It looks pretty. All the right places are saying it. So that's a good thing, isn't it? I just wish Rangers fans were a bit more patient when they say, "Oh, we don't need it. We need a left back, but we also need this position, that position." We know. Rangers know. And I've got no reason to doubt Danny, and I love the fact that he's getting final say. Every. If we sign Ronaldo, it'd be a risk. He might not be that good here. Well, maybe not, but you know what I mean. Here, a gambler put money in Sheffield Wednesday going out of the Championship, -7 points. Wow. I hope Norwich survive because I want Clement to do well. I liked him as a person. I hope he does all right at Plymouth, at Norwich. A good little team. Well, they're in Glasgow apparently, so and everyone and their dog's saying it. So I would say so. I would say so. I mean, they don't go on play. I mean, you can't force or somebody to go to your club. Like if Rangers, if their teams accept a bid, that's fine. But the guy might say, "Look, I want to stay here." So yeah, I'm pretty sure that look, we've been working this for a while, so I'm sure they've said yes. Aye. Here we go. What's this? Aye, I'm putting my phone on. That's me on to focus off. Aye, look, I think they've said yes. Are they going to be here or on their way? And like Heart in Hand, Sky Sports News, and all that said so. So I would assume so. I mean, listen, I know I'm switching WhatsApp off on this. I can. So I'm on not Heart in Hand. I'm on thingy tomorrow. It's like lunchtime. The Rangers Journal with the lads. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow at lunchtime. It could be the time when we announce a player. Right, I'm putting WhatsApp off on my phone on the thing. Aye, sorry, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just going to put that on silent because I hear the beep. Chance account privacy notifications. Should message notification status. Sounds no sounds. Switch the sound off. It's a sound that annoys me. The ding ding ding. I don't know what this. Well, apparently they're on their way. They're in the air or they're in Glasgow. They're doing. What day is it today? Thursday. I mean, they could be on the team for Saturday. You know, but they'll probably be match fit. Let's see if this rumor about Connor Barron's legit, man. It's like, oh God. We'll see. I mean, that's two in fairly early. So, and I felt if we get three first team players, that'd be good. But, there's still 21 days left of the window. And now with this Connor Barron stuff, we might need to get 3 or 4 more players. So, good. And the thing is, you've got to remember, we've got this director of football in, right? And he's only here for one transfer window. He's not coming out and doing any using players going, no, Mark. I'm not, see, to be honest with you, I'm not, a lot of people talking about that. I'm not that bothered about that. Look, this Connor Barron, it looks like Connor Barron came out for the rest of the season. We need players, man. I'm all right with certain without players going out. I mean, I think Joe Rothwell's a dead cert. I think that's without a doubt. Although again, if this Connor Barron stuff is true, then all right, Maggie. If this is true, then I bet he's still been playing anyway. So nah, he's gone. I think he'll want to go as well. I think he'll see it as a mistake coming up here. But I hope he does well. It looks like Connor Barron came out for the rest of the season with an injury. He's got. We won't hear anything tomorrow, so it's. The thing is, right. The thing with Thelwell Jr., right? His old man was an arrogant so and so. Like when Danny Rowe, his first couple of days in, Danny said to him, "Look, I would like this player," and he didn't even talk. He just brushed him off like that. So he might be all right. I mean, Barron. It sounds like Barron could be out for possibly till the rest of the season. He's partly his foot's he's in a boot or something like that. We used to call them Stookies, but I know. But we'll get. I mean, that means we've had this all my Rangers. I was going to say Rangers career. All my Rangers. We all know we've all suffered it with injuries at Rangers. It happens. Other players need to step up, and I say it's if it's true, but it'll not be confirmed till tomorrow. I think till the press conference. If it's true, at least the transfer window's open. We can only get one more. We can only get one more loan in because we're only allowed 6. Dundee there it is there. Dundee Hearts at 1 o'clock, then the Rangers, Aberdeen Rangers. Hearts will beat Dundee. Hearts will beat. I know it's awful. I know. When I read it, my WhatsApp's lighted up. Somebody posted it in one of the replies on the page, but I messaged them first. It's like I'm deleting that until it's kind of confirmed. It's not confirmed yet. It's too big a thing for me to actually post about it. I know that's kind of ironic, me sitting here live with people watching saying that, but I heart and hand of what was it he said? What did Davey say? Oh, hang on a second. I'm just looking at Twitter. Notifications. Where are we? 4 lads. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Replies. Any truth in that? Conor Barry went up for 12 weeks. Somebody asked 4 lads. Club would unlikely confirm that to us, mate. Best bet is Roll talks about it in tomorrow's presser. We've all had the WhatsApps out for 8 weeks, 12 weeks season. It was a brace, knee scan on Monday, whatever variation. So that's as far as it goes. You know, that's what that's, and Stevie and Davey will know, the 2 lads, the 4 lads, and you know, I mean, heart and hand there. You know, yeah. Let's hope so, mate. Like I say, you've got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, Danny gets the final say on players coming in. So you know, it's up to him to. He'll have talked to them. I guess talk his interview because I don't think there's any doubt about ability as on a football pitch for the players that we're going to bring in. It's if the shirt's too heavy. That's it. And thankfully, our team showed on Saturday. Was it Saturday against the Gremlins, the Fraggles, that that shirt wasn't too heavy. But like I say, this Conor Bannon thing is starting to bug me now. I wish Rangers would say. But yeah, aye. Just so you know, I'm on the Rangers Journal tomorrow at lunch to 12 o'clock, so that's 7 o'clock my time. It keeps me at the pub, doesn't it? Started going to new pubs down the beach. The thing is, mate, yeah, I've got to be honest with you, I've got no clue about the boy. I've never seen him play football. My trust is in Danny and the recruitment team. It's as simple as that. It's not for. I wouldn't be guessing. I'd be lying. I would never heard of him until the rumor kick started 2 days ago, and here we are. Afternoon, chaps and chapesses. All right, Ian lad. Who is it? I've seen that. I think the thing is, somebody like Gassam, I don't know about that. If the right figure comes in, but let's say similar. We're the same as Hearts. There's something special happening. Hearts. That's why I don't think Hearts will sell anyone, unless it was a big offer. But anyone at Hearts is they could potentially in something huge, historic that will not happen again. 4 million for Gassam. I get yourself to F. Get 8, 9, 10 million. But he's a part. I wouldn't want Gassam to go because I rate him because he's a game changer. I know he can be dip out of games, but he can change a game. He's that kind of player. Wingers are always temperamental. They've always been temperamental. No more so than David Cooper. Why was he called the Moody Blue? One great game, then you wouldn't see him for 4 weeks. You know, that was. That's a good point, Lennon. Actually, that's quite. I never even thought of that. Good shout, mate. Good shout. Anthony Joshua. God, thank you to God. Well, why did God have their heads rolling down a road in Nigeria? Anyway, so I forget that. Sorry, that's the thing about being live. So I'm just not a religious person. I just think it's bonkers. But anyway. Yeah, the thing is, Mark, I'm pretty sure Rangers will do that. Aye, that's the thing, Ian, about Gassam. And I know some games it goes missing. He was heavily involved in the second and third goal against the Rat Catchers the other day, and we forget that because when you watch it back, it was about 3 touches before the goal went in. If it wasn't for him, the women had scored him. I know everyone that's involved in the action towards the goal is part of the goal, but you know what I mean. It was. I've enjoyed watching the highlights again and again and again. It just gives you a great. Oh my God! Excuse me, sorry. Oh, we have an early. Well, I want to say an early one. It's 10:30, but the thing is that Arsenal Liverpool game will be good, won't it? It's at Highbury, well, not Highbury, the Emirates as well. I used to love going to Highbury. I used to go. I didn't go a lot to Highbury, but that was a brilliant stadium, right on top of the pitch. I'll never forget the first time I seen David Seaman, man. The size of David Seaman, he's massive, man. Took up half the pitch, it seemed like, half the goal. Good fun. Oh, ages, man. But my story about I used to go to Chelsea games as well, then I get in a wee bit of trouble there. But when the Royal Navy, my best mate Gary Crayshaw, he's from Welling Garden City. He's actually a Liverpool fan, mind you, but his older brother Andre, he was an Arsenal fan, so he used to go up there for the weekends. And there in Welling Garden City, it's only like 20 minutes to Finsbury Park on the train. So I just used to go with him. So I've always kept an eye on. If Arsenal lose, I don't lose any sleep over them or that. But so I used to go there. I was actually there in that if anyone knows anything about Arsenal, I was there that night when John Jenkins scored. It was against QPR on New Year's Eve, 1994 or 5. Me and Andre were up, and it was just a bizarre day. We weren't going to go, then we went, and then John Jenkins scored, and it's quite a famous moment in Arsenal history. You beat 3-1, Kevin Garland got a hat-trick, but I don't pay much attention to me. I don't care. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not dismissing you, by the way. It just like it's whatever, man. You know what I mean? Banners, aye. There's my personal account on Facebook on the banner. Follows in there for the more Thai stuff. But if cool he was a pain in the arse, wasn't he, for us? But well, we get the best defence in the country, so seems weird saying that, doesn't it, man? Best defence in the country. You're like, aye. But anyway, we are where we are. It's a good place. If you think we were where 12 weeks ago, it was. We didn't expect to be here, did we? Still a long way to go. There's still going to be games lost, which and that's the thing about the page. Once we lose a game, all the idiots are going to go out and say, "I told you so." Told you Danny was shite. You know, these brain dead people. Right. That advert for that Chevy Chase advert documentary is on. I bet you that's pretty interesting. Maybe one of the biggest arseholes in Hollywood, isn't he? An absolute horrible person, but funny. See, my brother works in. I'm not diverse. My brother works in TV and all that. I mean, for the big studios. What's the guy? What's his name? He played Prince Andrew and he played Brian Clough. One of the worst people in the industry. Everyone absolutely hates him. Just treats the people absolute vermin like. But anyway, I know that's a bit left field, but anyway. Well, David Seaman's an Arsenal, Man City fan, isn't he? That's his team. Aye, hasn't he? He has worked wonders. It's so mental, man. So mental what's happening. Hang on, I'm just going to post this on Twitter. I know. It's give me a second. I see me and multitasking isn't a good thing. Post goal. Rangers to complete 7.75 million double dealers. Toche, Chikulo, bid accepted. There we go. That's the daily record right now. Chris Jack as well. So Chris, if Chris says it, I think we all know you can take it to the bank. I like Chris. I don't know him, but you know what I mean. I like if Chris says something, I take it on board. That's what tomorrow's video is going to be in the morning. As it stands, it might change overnight with whatever happens. Michael Sheen, my brother can't stand him. He said he's an absolute. And my brother's worked with Liam Neeson. I mean, all the British for Gary Oldman and all that. And he says they're all real good people. My brother was involved with Trainspotting too, and Danny Boyle says Danny Boyle was brilliant. My brother, it was an extra, and all right, he was only an extra, but he's an editor. He helped edit it as well. And my brother, it was right at the start. There's a gym scene, and you see my brother walking across in the background. But my brother takes a swig out of his water bottle, and he was told not to do it, but he did it. And Danny Boyle said, "No, I'm glad you did that." and he gave him a kind of pat in the back when he's at Michael Sheen, just an he's hated in the industry, just the worst of the worst. But anyway, I don't know why. I have no idea how we ended up here. Oh, that's it. You sent off for Banjo and McGregor, didn't he? Aye, make him captain. Sorry, I'm tweaking stuff. I need a stress ball when I'm doing this. No, I'm not I'm stressed or that, but it's just, yeah. But this Conor Barra thing, it's just, I could do without it. But like I say, somebody said in the comments, will it maybe stop the sale or the loan of Lyle Cameron if he was going out on loan to Kilmarnock, which we're kind of guessing he will do, and it makes perfect sense. Let's be honest, him and young Finn Curtis and the two boys at Kilmarnock know him, Neil McCann. I saw Neil McCann's press the other day, and I'm like, I hope you do well. I hope you do well. The thing is, it's a 3 o'clock in the morning kickoff, and the thing is, this might sound weird. I've actually got a telly in my bedroom, but I never watch a telly in my bedroom. My flat in Troon, I never had a telly in my room, my bedroom, because I know this sounds again, or maybe it's not weird. When I go to my bed, I go to my bed. Even I'll put a YouTube video on and doze off. And what's Thailand? Like, it's cold tonight. I was cold coming back from the bar. I've been here. The thing is, it's not. There, I get sunburn. Oh, that's a bell to the day, innit? So I like living here. Where I live is brilliant. It's quiet, but you can have a decent night out. But if I want madness, Bangkok and Patty aren't far away. But it's good. Good people here. It's a new neighbourhood I'm in. And it's a new. You might see me posting that place down in Rayong City by 33, but it's far away now. It's 20 minutes away in a taxi, whereas these bars down the beach here are only 5-10 minutes away. And I like them. There's a bar now I'm sort of going to a lot. I've got to know the bar staff, the owner, the food. It's the dog's dangly bits. And you sit on the beach and if you look at my personal page, you'll see the sunsets I sit and watch every night. They're absolutely amazing, man. You might see, I actually post them in the stories as well. But yeah. I see, I'm not. Right, give me a second. I'm just going to get it. Will I go into the TV room? Right, give me a second. I'm just going to get the charger for the laptop. See my house. I'm here. I'm just plugging this in. Right, I need a pee, but I'll wait till later. I'll just piss myself. Saying that I'm not a Tim, so. Sorry about that. This is just a spur of the moment. Come on and chat Nichols to you all. If you're new to here, sometimes I diverse, as you can see, and I don't make any apologies for it. So there we go. So somebody was asking, I like living in Thailand. That is nice, brilliant people, nice weather. When I say it's cold, look, I've got the air conditioning on, but I don't really need it on, to be honest with you. It's nice. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? He's just because when I say I wasn't a fan of him, I wasn't sold on him at first. But then he just come on leaps and bounds, and that's down to Danny, innit? It's just been brilliant. Aye. If you've been to Goa, the beaches like the beaches I've got here are paradise. But the thing is, ironically, or whatever you want, I don't particularly like beaches because the sand annoys me. And the way like people say they like beaches, why haven't you dug up your garden, put sand in your back garden then as a pretend beach? Because sand is really annoying. But I know I like it. It's nice just to go in for a swim and all that. I know you've seen me maybe do some of the morning videos where I go in for a swim and do the video. I know some people think you're a cock showing off and all that, but I don't care. It's where I live, It's nice, I mean, a beer there down the beach there for a San Miguel. A lot of San Miguel. How much was it? 80 baht, which is It's less than £2, you know. The thing is, there's quite a few people off the page or other places on social media now in Thailand. Say, come and see me, mate. You're in Phuket. It's like fucking going from Glasgow to Paris. You know, I didn't really swear there. I try not to swear when I'm on live in case people have got kids in the background or that. Because I don't swear in front of my kids. My youngest is 17 as well, little. But it is a massive game. And the thing is, I know a lot of people say Aberdeen, they're up their game and all that against us. I don't think they're that Aberdeen anymore. There's not got enough players in it to hate us. And when did we play them the other night? When we played they were crap. They were absolute crap. Listen, you and I, everyone reading this, know they probably should have scored a couple of goals, but they didn't. And okay, ours came from set pieces, but it doesn't matter. See this? See, I just looked at Sky Sports News here, and it's got Aberdeen second bottom of the league, but it's a bloody women's league. I hate when they do that. But, we went swimming in Troon Beach when we were kids, like flipping freezing though, innit? We used to go around the rocks around the corner. It was good, but it was like I'm putting air conditioning back on. It's cold, but it's good for you. The cold water, isn't it? The thing is, mate, I go down the beach every night now because I like the sunsets and it's fucking brilliant watching that sunset. Let's say it's on. Wait a minute. See my personal Facebook. That's it there. The Facebook / Frankie Troon. You'll see my the videos from that, and they're in the. I normally post them in the what's it called, the stories. But yeah, some people seem to like it. But it's aye. There is a lot of alcoholics here. There's a lot of people that are in Thailand living that should go home. That shouldn't be here. It's not that they can't afford to stay here. They're just. I'm not going to slag them, man. It's better. I suppose it's better being struggling here than struggling in the UK. It is cheaper. Like this house I'm in, we're 3-bedroom, biggish garden. I think you'll see me do the videos from the garden now again. It's not a garage. It's like an outhouse. My rent's only £200 a month. My rent, electricity, water, Wi-Fi is £240 a month. Aye, Chiang Mai, because my eldest, Bea, she's just been to. Wait a minute, give me her. Where is it she went to? I'll tell you. What chat was that in? Instagram. Give me a wee second. She just went up north, and it was 15 degrees, and that for her was freezing. Where did she go? Hang on. Yeah, she went to. Hang on a second. Where did she go? I don't know. She went somewhere anyway. She went up north. The brassy chippy's brilliant. The brassy chippy. The thing is, the chippies in Troon all seem to change. One was better one year, the next year, the next. Chiang Mai's. We've signed 2 players. The left back and I'm not even going to try to say his name, Tor something. Left back and some say centre midfield, at left midfield. But Connor Barron's possibly out for the rest of the season. I like Bangkok. I used to DJ down Soy, living in places of DJ and parties. I've not done it for a while. Aye. Tor Romans, there we go. That's the chap's name. I like Bangkok. The thing is about Bangkok, and Rory, you know yourself. What people don't people say, London's big. London's tiny. Because Rory, would you agree with this? See if you include all the suburbs around Bangkok, it probably goes from Glasgow to London. That's how big it is. People don't realise how it's massive. And London isn't that big compared to Dubai's bigger than it. It would be, and there's no reason why they can't be. The one thing about a January signing, they're tough to get, but they're coming to us match fit usually. That's a thing. Yeah, there's rumours flying around. It's pretty solid. He's up. He could be out the rest of the season. He's certainly out for a while. His legs in a stookie. I like London. I'm a fan of. I'm a great fan of London. Back in the day, in the 90s, man, running around the Ministry of Sound and the Gardening Club and all that. You know what goes on. I don't like to say that out loud, but you know what I mean. Brilliant. But that's why I say London's not that big. I remember going to after parties like you've been in the West End or down in somewhere, and you'd go to an after party in the East End, and during on a Sunday morning when there's no traffic, you'd go across London in 15 minutes. I wouldn't live in Bangkok. The thing is, if you don't use the SkyTrain and that, see, I mean, Rory, going a kilometre in a taxi can be 40 minutes. Especially when you're in lower Sukhumvit and all that. But that's a good night. Right, cheers, Mr. Loyalist. Brilliant. By Bangkok, I've never ever. What's the bar down Soy Cowboy? Right, if you come down Soy Cowboy, right at the end, it's a bar. It's been there for 20 odd years, man. It's a pub. It's like a pub. It's not a girly bar. It's a pub. What's it called again? I used to love the food in there. Oh, the thing is, and then everyone got up to Labua and where the thingy was filmed. The Hangover was filmed at hotel. It's like I think it's one of the most expensive hotels in the world for a beer in it. Was it, Rory? It's something like £29 for a pint. It's been there. It's been there, honestly, Rory. Because me and the wife, I think she's asleep anyway. We went there one Friday afternoon, about 4 in the afternoon. She says, "Let's go to Bangkok," and it's the best night I've ever had in my life. And we just did a spur of the moment. We were in Pattaya. We were living in Pattaya, and we were up Friday night, and it was down sort of living when bed was there. This is, the daughter wasn't born, so this is 18 years ago. One of those nights, everything just, we had something to eat, then we went into, you do what people do with the buzzers and all that, and back down in Pattaya. I remember I paid a taxi driver. If he was in Pattaya in an hour and a half, I'd give him an extra, double his money. I mean, it's only 20 quid for a 100-mile journey, 80-mile journey. And he was driving like a nut around the JP bar in an hour and a half. But, mate, I don't know London well enough now. Yeah. I've no. The thing is, I've only been down Cowboy for years. The last time I was down Soy Cowboy is a story that I'm not telling on a live. There you go. But it was only a couple of years ago. But we never actually went inside. We went to some of the Sky bars. The Sky bars down Sukhumvit. That one. It's a Holiday Inn in it. That Sky bar. What's it called? It's brilliant. But me and the wife went to Labua, man. She had bought a glass of house wine. It was 40 quid. It's dearer in Singapore. But and then you got all the people that taking. They got there, and you've got to be dressed for it. And taking photos where the guy, Alan, the fat guy sitting on the stairs, and that seat where the chopper comes up, you just kind of get that. But aye, Stag doing Bangkok. Bangkok was brilliant. Do you know the bar I like, Rory? See, Nana. The one at the corner. It's day night bar, and the one next door. See that day night bar. See when you sit at the edge there, looking out into Nana. The Nana hotels across from you. I can sit there all day and all night and not talk to anyone. Just get the beer and just watch the world going by. It's brilliant. And you get men in suits going by, then you get the lady boys, and you get the weirdos, and you get the tourists, and you get the perverts, and you get everything. It's brilliant, man, just sitting there. And then the food, the wee stall that's under you, I love it. It's morning night bar, it's day night, morning night, and it's called in the corner. Best bar in the world, man, just for sitting people watching. When me and her go up, me and the wife go up, just sit there. She it's good as well. I think it's what's it called that own it in it, what's that chain that own it? They own it. Oh, they've got the 1, 2, 3s and all that. But she likes it as well because it's got a couple of pool tables. It's got all the sports on it, everything. And then it's got air conditioning. But the bit that you sit outside at the bench looking out onto the street, onto Soy 4, it's just brilliant, man. Bang the Road's good. I love Pattaya. I can be in Walking Street in Pattaya. If a taxi picked me up now, what time's it your time? I'd be there in an hour. It's been there. It's been there for years, Rory. It was there 20 years ago. You've walked past. You'll have been in it. I'm pretty sure you'll have been in it. That's a good question. What time is it in the UK? I think there'll be medicals first, won't they? They'll do their medicals today. The thing is, Rangers did see during the Poo Bag Magoo nights, I'm pretty sure they did a couple late at night, didn't they? When I say late at night, like 7, 8 at night, Asgard rings a bell for some reason. But if not, they'll do it tomorrow. All day Sunday tomorrow. They might do the recording stuff because Rangers the social media guy. I think it's still Rab. They're pretty good at doing all that stuff. You know, they'll put a teaser out, then an hour later they'll put out the actual sign and all that. It's a nice feeling because I've got the trust in Danny Roll. That's the thing that I love, and there's no reason not to trust him. Listen, let's not be stupid. He could get it wrong, but I think so. Hello, Willie. How you doing, Willie? Can you do me a favour? I'm going to put the banner under here, right? There we go. See if you don't follow my YouTube. I don't need to, but it'd be nice to get my numbers up. It's just that where the YouTube is at Frankie Jers, and you'll find me. You'll see my ugly mug. It's Derby Leeds in the FA Cup on Sunday. That's a good game. Portsmouth, Arsenal, Hull, Blackburn, Norwich, Walsall, Sheffield, Mansfield, Swansea, West Brom. There was one of them late, wasn't there? There was one of them was quite like, oh, wait a minute. Aye. Fernandez is coming onto a game, and he's a leader as well. That's talking about Connor Barron, right? People say he should be the captain. He's not a leader. You know what I mean? He's a great footballer. He's an engine and all that, but you don't see him being very vocal. Just because you're good, it doesn't mean you're vocal. This will cause controversy. I think Lorenzo Amoruso was terrible. People forget the bad he did. He did some good games, but he was a natural-born leader. But some of his free kicks and all that still landed in my garden here from all those years ago. He used to nearly cause us a goal every single game or cause a goal. But I'll leave that at that. All right, Tom, how's it going, Chief? Aye. But give me a wee second. I've got to play this. Sorry about this. I can't do two things at once. Aye. It's a nice fit of Terry Yorth. That's a shame. I never realised he was Gabby Thingy's dad. She had to leave the telly. She was live on telly and had to leave quickly, didn't she? With Sky Sports News because it turns out her dad passed. That's a shame. He was a hardy boy and all, man. Yeah, I know. I think right. I mean, there's rumours Barron's out for the rest of the season. Sterling, I know. It's sorry. It's a shame that it's like, but like I say, if there's one thing, Uncle Snake Hips, that's the thing about YouTube names. At least at least we get 21 days of the transfer window left, so we can. I'm pretty sure. Thanks, James. That's brilliant. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's good. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? 7 million quid. Yep, that'll do it. The thing is, Alan, they wouldn't be here if they weren't going to fit in. That's why Lyle Cameron and what's his chops, we Finn Curtis are not playing. They don't fit into his way. They don't fit into his way of playing. I don't like saying that, it's uncomfortable, but it's as simple as that. They don't fit. And the proof's in the pudding. We're playing well. We're grinding out results without them. So why change that? And I know that's. Well, do you know what, Andrew? Here's the thing. Remember, Stephen Davis was our captain. He never said a word on the pitch. He was like Tav. Don't get me wrong, Davis is a better player. Tav does a lot off the pitch as a captain, and his wife's heavily involved with integrating the lassies into Glasgow, showing around the town and where to shop and, girly stuff, I guess, without being, I know you can't say that nowadays, but I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? Raskin doesn't want to play number 8. He wants the game in front of him. Him and Dammy had a sit down and said, that's where I want to play the game in front of me. So, it's terrible if it's true, isn't it? Johnny, it is just like, oh. Nah, they'll know. Martin O'Neill, they're going to do all right under him. They'll hammer Dundee United on Saturday. I would put that down as a 4-0. I'm not joking. I would put that down as a 4-0. There's no point in trying to hide that it's Martin O'Neill coming in. Like, but I mean, like people said in the last chat I had about this, like, I don't want to dwell on them like too much, but Martin O'Neill scraped by some results. He scraped by us with 10 men. But yeah. 24. Is that what it is? All right. Cheers, Lennon. Right, okay. I said it on the ticker on, what's it called, Sky Sports News, 21 days. We'll get 3 solid weeks of getting a player in. So, yeah. Man United are a bit of a mess, aren't they? What's this? Right, I've got to hold up my hands and I've got right back. Stig is an eye and a right back is OOC. Out of contract this summer. There we go. All right, okay, there we go. There's what's these chops. The Liverpool manager on. They'd be stupid to yeah, no, we've seen that. Well, it's good, isn't it? We're getting players in. I still, there was people saying we've got nobody in. We've got nobody in. You don't understand the January transfer window. I couldn't believe it with the stuff I've seen about that. And like I say, Willie, from what I understand, the 2 players that are coming in have both been playing, so they're match fit. I'm judging by the injuries we may or may not have. They might have to go straight in. So no, it's because he's got a hamstring injury. That he's not been charged with it, and you can't. I'm going to delete that because that's wrong and it's too. I don't like comments like that that are not true. Aye. I don't know. It's football, mate. The one thing I don't believe in anymore, I think the new player bounce thing's a thing of the past. I don't. New manager things a thing of the past. Too often, like West Brom. Who else was there? Aberdeen the other day. I know it's not a new manager, but there's other teams. It's not. I think it's kind of a thing of the past. What's this comment? That's it. There's not that many out there. Oh, Sergio Ramos. He's a Sergio Ramos guy. I don't like. I mean, I think that what's his chops? Who's the boy sitting behind him? We'll say Gogic. I kind of felt if he was current behaviour now. Sergio Ramos is the. If Sergio Ramos was worth getting, somebody would have him. I mean, he's wanting 70, 80 grand a week, mate. And that's out with their budget. You've got to remember you get the wages come into financial fair play. Sergio Ramos isn't coming to Rangers. Right? Imagine he did do that. Christ. That's too. It's not happening. He was a great player though. When he was unbelievable. That Barcelona team that was. I never realised Barcelona only won the European Cup twice. Yeah, I think both of the chaps are. Well, I think both of them. It seems like. I'm just looking at Twitter. There's a red dot up. So. There's an account inside Ibrox with 200 followers, right? Rangers, right? Give me a second. Like you see, me and 2 things at once are not very good. I'm just. The Rangers review are saying Rangers are close to finalising the $7 million deal for the 2 players. That's good. It's Chris Jack that's saying it, so it's and Chris is pretty on ball. I like Chris. If Chris says something, he's on point. Rangers trust him. So it's a nice feeling kicking with the Rangers now. I mean, I'm sure Lee Raskins had a separate, I'm sure Raskin text or WhatsApp to chat to say, look, come and play with us. Or I'm sure he phoned him or they'll be able to get in touch. You know, the thing is, these guys grew up playing football together in the same leagues against each other, so they'll know each other. Yeah, I know, man. I know, Sterling. Ramos, there we go. There's been a few. P always good and all, wasn't he? I mean, Teddy Butcher, Richard Goff. Do you know he was a good defender as well? He was big Roy Aitken as much as he was one of them. Danny McGrain, what a fullback he was. He's up there, best ever, to be honest with you. What other defenders? Big Tony Adams. Been a few over the years. Tony Adams was brilliant, man. I remember when the Champions League first started, it was Shevchenko, and he was playing for Dynamo Kiev, I think. And he was through, and it was about the penalty box, and it's the best, one of the best sliding tackles I've ever seen. Adams sliding from right behind him, just hooked it off him and walked out with him. Adams is brilliant. Yeah, exactly. This is it. That's why I'm not. I would like the team full of Glasgow Rangers fans. I would love it full of Rangers fans and from the west of Scotland. But that isn't. It doesn't happen. Phil Jones. Do you know what? Phil Jones was all right. He put his head. You know, there's the photos of, and if you've seen him, see him on the podcast, man, he's brilliant. He's somebody I listen to. I mean, a lot of that Man U team I listen to, like Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt with Paddy McGuinness. That brilliant. Scholes, man. Scholes, one of the best passes of ball ever. Him and Waddle and all that. I'll tell you, Jackie. See, I talk about this Hong Kong trip a lot. When the last time the 9 in a row lot were out in Hong Kong for the sevens, and we just mixed them. I mean, we all went out together with all night, every night on the piss and all that. And I tell you what, see, when it came to game day with that 7 asides, I remember Marvin getting me a 50-50. I'm pretty sure it was Carlton Palmer. And I think Carlton Palmer did about 75 backflips with this tackle. You know what Big Marvin's like? A total dream. Just the nicest man in the world. But on that pitch, man. 6'2" or something. Here's Mr. Jambo. Good on you, man. I know I always say I don't like team players, fans from other fans. You know what I mean? I don't like Celtic fans, but there's two Jambos comment sometimes, and I've got no issue with this. It's banter, man. Do you find Dundee? That'll not be easy. It's all about nerves now, though, isn't it, Mr. Shankland? It's all about nerves. Aye. The thing is, Tam, both of them, we couldn't afford them two now. You know, we couldn't afford them. Couldn't afford them. Sandy Jardine was his end his career when I was going to Rangers. My first game was 91. Okay. Cool. I know it's didn't know it wasn't 11 million quid. I don't know. Big Chermiti's coming on to a game. I've got a feeling he'll not play on Saturday from the start though. I know that's quite a horrible. I hate those stats. And the thing is, Aberdeen have lost 6 games in a row now. Stats says they can't lose 7. That's it. Oh. Now that you've just got my arse going now. Yeah, aye. Just win our own games. Oh, right, okay, right, I know, but that's football, that happens. There's not a lot you can say about that. That every player's a list. Well, the 2 boys we're bringing in today and tomorrow, excuse me, they might be it's 25 days to the transfer window shuts. It's on scanning. 25 days, 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 19 seconds. What about that Semenyo last night for Bournemouth? That was brilliant. The goals there, last kick of the game. That's a professional. That guy. I hope he goes on to a good career. He will at Man City. Because he could have pulled a sickie for the last 3 or 4 games. But he played right up to the last minute for Bournemouth. That's a good guy. Yeah, I'm sure he is, mate. Willie Matt, what's this? Right, okay, Jaws, my old man. Jake, that was one of my dad's players. My dad used to. Oh, yeah, tit. What have I pressed? See, I've got the remote control, the flipping air conditioner in my hand, so put that there. Tam Forsyth, that was one of my dad's players I used to talk about, and because when we used to go down to the enclosure in the early 80s, we also used to see Eric Caldo standing outside the east enclosure. He was obviously going out in the main stand. The big sheepskin coat on and the big cigar and all that. Yeah, I don't mind the Jambos. I look at Area 90's results as well, just because I'm from Troon. Well, we moved to Troon when I was 13 from Ibrox, from Dumbreck. I'm actually from just up the road from Ibrox, and I could see Ibrox from my back wall at Bellahouston Park. Aye. Did they go for straight wins? I mean, that's like, I would rather we played first though, but that's the way it is. Aye. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Yes. You know what I'm going to do for that? I might take the Fire Stick and put it in the telly in my room and set my alarm for the Liverpool game, but I'll fall asleep watching it. Not that I own a Fire Stick, by the way. It's I use AIS through it. AIS is who have got the Premiership in Thailand. So I play. So the thing is, do you know much the Premiership, Thai football, Italian, Spanish? It's for the year. Give me a second. It is. What is that? A year, or the whole season. 2010. For the whole year, it's 50 quid for the full Premiership and HD and all that. Thai stuff and all that. Oh, I'm no posh, man. The thing is, I felt, Alan, I watched these against Livy and I thought you scraped through there, but it doesn't matter. You get 3 points. Yeah, hang on, there's. I think Moore might be injured as well. It's saying, fucking hell, man. That's Rangers. We always go through this. What's this comment? Well, remember, Connor Goldson had heart trouble, didn't he? And the thing is that I don't know enough about it, but if he can play, he'll get a pretty strict medical. So, yeah, heart problems are not good. And my circulation's crap because see, when I've got the air conditioner on, I've actually got to put socks on and my feet freeze. It's good. But see, like this chap here, Shankland, I like when Jambos come in and that decent. Jambos are all right, man. There's a maybe not so much this year, but there's certainly a friendship there. I know the people I go to the game with, I can certainly go into Hearts pubs. Wait a minute, somebody said something about Irvine. Aye. But what a mental season, isn't it? I know, again, I repeat myself a lot, but there's a lot of new joiners. Like, I'm at a million flipping views a day now in the pages. No, it's not quite that. What is it? Since the start of January, what is it? 4 point, it's nearly 5 million. This is just mental. This year, when you see that, 4.8 million since January the 1st. But what was I saying? It's just there was a reason why I said that, innit? It doesn't matter, isn't it? The Pope's a proddy. Aye. There's nothing wrong with a bit of banter. There's the other Jambo that comes in is a really nice chap. I don't know if you know him. He's got his Facebook name is I can't remember it as he's not using his real name, which I totally understand. A lot of people don't want to. Like a couple of the lads, when I do the podcast, the guys and lasses that are on the podcast, there's a couple of them. We just don't talk about workplaces because a couple of them are not allowed to. I'll shut my mouth. Actually, you know what I mean, though. You get what I mean? Because for all people know I worked offshore. Nobody could ever tell you what rig I was on. Because I never used to say in case somebody would do a snide. Don't get me wrong. Once this podcast thing in the Facebook page took off, I know I sound like a cock saying this, but when I'm on rigs, people, you're that guy. But all very good, even away fans. I remember there was a Dundee United fan, I had a really good chat with Sparky on the Clare. That was a big lump. That no, wasn't that? The Clare Ridge is a big one, isn't it? The Clare wasn't that big. I was all right on there actually. Good food, good people. I'm sure I've never met many bad people. Only one guy was a prick. Now, believe it. Guess what team it was? Aberdeen. Young boy and all. I was in the same chopper as him as well on the way off. I'll sound like a tool if I say that, but his mum picked him up. That's all I'll say. At Aberdeen Airport. Antonio Semenyo, he seems a real nice guy. Like I liked what he did last night. I mean, look at the prices here. Tottenham Hotspur to Palace, 35 million. P. Gross, Dortmund to Brighton, 1.2. Pablo Gil de Vicente to West Ham, 20 million. Take Castellanos, lads. I mean, West Ham have spent 45 million quid, and you don't even know. It's hardly news. I would love us to be in the Premiership, English Premiership. And let's be honest, us and that lot, the Fraggles, you imagine the money that the 49s would pump into Zen, man. Right. Yeah, I'm on it. 12 o'clock UK. So that's good. I've put it on my phone because the sunset here is 6 o'clock. So I like going down there for the sunset. You'll see one or two might have seen it. It's quite nice down there, down the beach. It's brilliant. It's nice, relaxing. But yeah, it's just giving it. There's no the journal lads. You know yourself. People are a nice lot. There's good banter with them as well. We've got our own. Me, the journal, and Hands Across the Water. We've got our own Rangers Unified. We're going to do a monthly. I think it's me this month that takes charge. It's on my socials. The month after, it's Hands Across the Water. We'll get our own WhatsApp group. Because do you know what? I'm one of these people. I don't particularly like WhatsApp groups because I know you can set it so it doesn't beep, but I get that much anyway of other people. But I've kind of had to. We've got the Rangers Unified, and I've got my podcast, Lads and Lassies. But it's good though because the one thing that they do, because I'm 7 hours ahead. Like, see, I'm probably going to head my bed in an hour, and we can sign people. And I won't know for ages after you, but at least during the night, it's. But my phone's on silent between 10 o'clock and 8:30 in the morning, my time. So minus 40 here. Where are you? Are you in California? C8, all right, nice. On Canada. Because I can't see the flag on the actual the app I use called StreamYard. I can't see smileys. So yeah, Canada, right? Canada. Canada. My mum and dad lived in Toronto for 4 years before I was born. Bournemouth to Celtic, Burnley to Dundee, Hearts. That Newcastle game last night. I know. Canada. Thing is, I can't go to the States because I worked in Iraq. I can't get an ESTA. I've got to go to the embassy and do an interview. You get it right. Apparently, the interview's about 5 minutes because of the company I work for. A huge drilling company. You work with them on you go, but I've still got to do the formality. So because I want to go to New York with my daughter. But aye. Where are we? I saw it is, aye. It is the 8th, isn't it? Wow. 2 hours south of Toronto, aye. I mean, somebody said, I remember reading once it was Canada is just America without all the killing. Eh? Well, I say I worked a load of Canucks from the other side just because, obviously that's where I know you've got oil your side, up, that the East Coast, but I mean, most of the oil and gas is the other side, so I work with a lot of Canadians. Kev was brilliant. I remember he was my boss in Kuwait, and see when they say the hottest temperature in the world, I think California claims it at 58 degrees, 54. Crap. I had it at 62 in Kuwait, man. Our zips and our coveralls burnt us, man. Me and Kev had to go and get the medic to give us cream. Alberta does, yeah, Alberta. A heck of a lot of people from Redwood. But Canada's almost like 3 different countries. You've got East Coast, the West Coast, then the French part. And I don't want to speak to it a ton, but from what I understand, many Canadians would like to build a wall around the French bit and just let them do their own thing. Yeah. No, Canadians are good people. Americans are good people. I'm very pro-America. But anyway, I don't want to go down the politics thing, but just the people are good. Like I say, working offshore, and most of my offshore career has been abroad. So I work with Canadians, Australians, us jocks, and Americans. So I'm used to all that. Actually, there's an ex-Rangers player lives around here somewhere. I've not met him yet. He was, when I say ex-Rangers player, he played with the youths and never quite made it. I've not met him yet. Apparently, he's like within. I could throw a stone at his house. I've not seen him yet. I can't even remember his name. I need to get his name off the Ray Young FC English fanzine guys. That's my local team, local Thai Premiership team. You know, I'll put videos in the comments, the stories about them. They're sitting mid-table, they're punching, mind you, but the Thailand kids were playing tonight, the under 23s. I forgot to watch that. Anyway. I know it's I know that it's yeah, I know there's aye. It's massive in it. I mean, I remember I worked in Kazakhstan as well, and I remember it was minus 35. I mean, we were in the dockyard anyway. The rig was in harbour, so we just pulled everyone in, let everyone just stayed in. All the work was done, and I flew back to Bangkok that next day. And what you do is you throw coffee in there, and it just freezes. It turns into steam. But I flew to Bangkok, and it was I came out of Swaribum, that's Bangkok airport. It's 35, so like a 70-degree swing in like 8 hours. Mad. That heat when you walk out of Bangkok in the summer, especially, well, it was the summer obviously, but it's like hitting a brick wall. I love it when you walk out there, man, like that, bang. Bangkok's hot. It's a big flipping city, man. Well, I think it's got a few people from the page over in Pattaya and Phuket. It's not Phuket, by the way, it's Phuket. That's how you say it. Phu as in Jobby. Phuket, not Phuket. But you think Arsenal host Liverpool tonight? I do. I think Arsenal are. Aye. I say I'm reading the ticker in Sky Sports News. That you obviously get in. You get on Thai TV. Absolutely no fire sticks here. I might go. How long have we been on? An hour. There's a few of you on, mind you. There was 60 people on, so okay, seems people like it. I mean, the numbers of that's what I was trying to say. I've jumped. I think about 54,500, and a year ago it was at 24,000. So since New Year, I'm up 3,500 people, man. So thank you very much if you're new. Like I say, when I do these, when I'm on my Todd, I wander off. I mean, I've heard people in the comments before say, "You're not talking about Rangers." Well, back off then. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not a nice thing to say. But this is the way I do it. But I say, people do ask about Thailand and stuff like that, and I've met a couple of lads off the page too, Frank and Thingy. So another Frank and Big William. He's from Belfast, a real nice chap, real nice big guy. He's over here working with his. Right, anyway, that's one rule I've always had. Don't. What this air conditioner's been weird. Got to put the cold air on because it's hot. It's not actually. It's just cold. See, during the day, when I say cold, I could actually out with jeans on in the day, and not sweating. But the thing is, it's still. I remember years ago, flipping. It was summer, so it was hot, humid, and if you know Patty, there's down the beach road, and there's a shopping mall called Mike's Shop, and it's where you got all the snide stuff, all the fake gear and all that. It's pretty. I like getting in there. It's a good crack with the lassies and the lads. But for like the Orange Ranger strips in there for a $5 or something, and I might get it. But I remember my mate Danny owns a nightclub down Walkie Street called Insomnia. So, and I've known Danny years, man. And I remember we're standing there, I bumped into him, and this was at 2 in the afternoon, hot, and also just down from Mike's is where the cops do they do stops for your license and that, which fair enough. And there was a guy standing there up on the stairs, like what's it called, combat trousers on, hiking boots, and a fleece on. And you're a cock. Even the cops were laughing at him. And it's as hot as we've ever experienced here. It's these people that watch the beach movie once and think that's what it's like. You know, I mean, even though there is an island like that, I believe there is that something like that does happen. It does happen. There is an island like that ish sort of. Everyone knows what it is, but it's not. It's not. It's not like the beach. You don't have the drugs and all that. Well, anyway, but I suck backpackers, man. We are the people. We certainly aren't. Right, hang on. It's overwhelming now as it is, man. It's bad. Do you know when the pages are busiest? See when Rangers lose. That's when it's the busiest, and that's when it's. I don't get stressed about that because people are hot, and I know they're hot, and they say things they don't mean, and I've got to accept that, you know. And there's nobody worse at that than me. 100,000 would be good. But I see my YouTube, please. If you don't already like my YouTube, go and have a follow it, right? Please, that would mean a lot because I'm not. How many people follow me on there? 1, 5, 6, 7. So it'd be good to. I would love to get to 2,000 by the end of the month. Hope you saw the money there. It's not much. Aye. Right. So about 1,567. See if I can get to 1,570 by the time and right, yeah, sorry. See when I read that there, when I saw the word pool, I was like, no. Yeah. Because I think he was playing I think they're playing a friendly against somebody today, and he was pulled from. I saw that earlier, but yeah. Okay, good. How do you say that name? Chuck, 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 Chuckwani. Is that it? It's Chuckwani. Is that right? I'm going to sneeze. Aye. Hang on, how many people are on the page? Aye, I don't know, kind of 20 plus. Oh. Good to see. Remember going follow the Hands Across the Water lads, 1872, the Rangers Journal, Cy Leslie at Gers News, Ricky all about the Gers. Because that's what, do you know what, my morning video tomorrow is going to be, I'll be about Rangers, but it's more about the social media accounts that have helped me, that I like, the people I like. It's going to be very, it'll be serious because I want you all to follow them if you don't already, but we've got a bit of banter in there, and I've spoke to a few of them. There's nothing's to be taken seriously. Because those videos I do them on, see when I do all the edits and all that, this isn't a complaint. I enjoy doing it. For when I step up out the door, whether I do it in the garden or up on the hill or the beach, they're only about 10 minutes. I'm within a 10-minute radius in the motor. Sometimes it's 15 if I go into town. But it's about 2.5, 3 hours to do it, like the edit and all that. And there was one the other day, I'd finished editing, and I pressed delete, and I deleted it all. I was like, oh, you absolute fucking cock. Because what I do, it's normally done by 12 o'clock in the morning or 1. Then it's on a timer, it's on a schedule to go live 8 o'clock UK time. Nah, I would rather. I'll see. I've got whoever got coming on. I've got a couple coming on. Because on my YouTube, I don't know if any are clubbers, and I've got John Mancini. I know John anyway. John Mancini from Colours is going to come on. There's a couple others. I won't say yet. There's an A-list celebrity as well, proper. That'll be. That could even be a year away, to be honest with you, because I've got to go through lawyers and stuff like that. Not Rangers related, just through a couple of people I know. So that'll be good. And the person's watched my podcast apparently, so and they're quite happy with the way I do things. So the rawness of it. Do you know something, right? Does anyone else agree with this? Celtic are entitled. Do you know the second most entitled set of fans in football? Tottenham. I don't want one. I know. Gas. I don't know. Whatever Rangers think. I mean, I would say 10 million or something like that. I know there's who was it? Who is it? It's looking at gas. I saw it earlier, but I don't think we'll sell right now because we don't have to. But then again, everyone's got a price, you know. Bristol Rovers. Tottenham fans, man, they're so entitled. It's like they think they're a big club. They've got probably are. But I mean, the thing about Tottenham, see if they were what's his Joe Lewis was to sell them, they would be picked up quite quickly because number one, they're London. They've got I think it's one of the best stadiums in football. And you know, it's all the infrastructure's there. And that training ground they've got is unbelievable. The house, it's basically houses for every player in it. There we go. There we go, Willie. There we go. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you all do this, but because the amount of time I got off, because I'm not really working now. Well, I'm not working. There's a couple of things kicking about. What was I going to say? I go down a lot of YouTube rabbit holes, and at Tottenham's training ground, man, it's like Real Madrid. You know, every player's got their own room, and it's like a hotel room. You know, brilliant, and it's all dedicated. It's all catered to that particular player. I know Ricky. I know Ricky well. I know them all. I mean, I run about with Michael Kilkie and all that, and I was a tunnel person back in the early 90s. I know them all. Like John's coming on to the podcast for me. I've spoke to him already. Me and John got on well. I call him old greeting face. No football, because I'm sure you know John's a Celtic man. John's a good guy, man. Teetotal, completely teetotal as well. I like John. I've got a lot of time for John. We argue but he's helped me with this page. Well, he's not helped me, but for all he's a Celtic fan, he says he's fair play and all that, which is good. John is a good guy. I might, do you know what? I might actually instigate that. I might message him tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. I mean, we are a trading club. The thing is, though, Alan, there's only, I mean, right, the top two teams, the top few teams in England, Germany, Spain, and I wouldn't even count Italy. Every team in Italy is a selling team. But outside Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, every other club in the world, maybe PSG, are a selling club, isn't there? There's maybe more than that, but you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? Everyone's a selling club, bar maybe 6 or 7 clubs in the world, you know? It's just the way it is. I mean, even Bayern Munich, I think they're probably... Nah, they're not really a selling club, aren't they? Not. Are they? I'm trying to think. You've got me thinking there with that one. Talking about McGowan, like I've ended up in hotel rooms, after parties, and the office at the Arches and all that, just having a few beers with him and all that. Ricky's all right, man. He's a good guy. Real good guy. Funny. The Colours, man, and Street Rave, man, they've been going since the 80s, man. It's brilliant what they've done. Brilliant. No, Ricky's a good mother. He's a mother, man. I mean, I think he sponsors a couple of the players and all that. But I think he's, I don't know, he's certainly, if there was a team between us and the Celtic that he would support us, it's not for me to say. He's not here to defend himself, but I've got a lot of time for McGowan. I know some of the Motherwell SS at Airballs Station, the gravel football pitch. I've met a few of them in there before after Rangers games. I'll leave it at that. That was the 80s and early 90s. All that stuff's long gone out my system. Still got a few scars and all that, but anyway. I hate coming on live because you can't take it back. Ricky's he's a smart guy as well. Julie as well. I don't know Julie well, not her boyfriend or husband, but I think Julie's not the brains, but she said McGowan's like that. No Julie, no colours. I mean, Ricky and Bonnie were both SS back in the day, Motherwell Saturday service back in the day. You know, that's where it all stemmed from. You know yourself, mate. You know the story. And they're good, but Motherwell's all right, man. They're good boys. Like, remember a Tuesday night under the Roman Road? No, stop. But by the sounds of it, we're going to need every player. See, going back to Rangers, that's the thing. If these injuries are true, Ricky's reading the right way. talking about the injuries, right? Being Rangers centric a bit for a second. That's the thing I don't want people going because what happens when injuries happen? We're an alright-ish squad. Well, we're not really an alright squad when you've got thingy on the bench. But when that's three major injuries we could have: Sterling, Moore, and Barron. That's a big. That's three of us. That's is that our three best players? You know what I mean? That's. I mean, see, to be honest, I'm not that bothered. I don't mean that to sound like a prick, Mister Lennon. It's whatever, whatever. I mean, I don't even know which Kyogo. I don't know who he is. Whatever. It's not my problem. Our thing is, if we win our own games, the rest of it takes care. The thing is, though, we will lose more games. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And I don't look forward to that because then people say, "Oh, I told you so. I told you so." You know, the people that I mean, I just ban them when they come on the page. Just say when everything's shite, he's shite. I hate that. Don't tell us. I would if you don't think he's good, don't say shite. Just say I don't rate him. That's fine, but I hate the shite because it's just it means you don't know anything about football. The way I think of it. I mean, that's probably wrong to think like that, but that's the way I think. As saying the thing I hate when I can't stand it in real life as well. I told you so. I can't stand that man. I told you. Since he's come back, he's been great. Put it that way, Lennon. That's it. Probably. I'd rather live that. I'm not bothered about that, mate. What are you doing, cat? As if the cat's going to talk to me. If I go and eat some of them mushrooms in the garden, she'll talk to me. Well, I think she'll be talking to me. No, we've not got any of that in the garden. But there's not a toad out here that you can lick. Or is that South America? You lick the back of a toad and things kind of change a wee bit. Come here. You coming? She's only a year old. The cat. Well, the wife found her in her old house before we moved here. With a big garden, right? And she found her next to a bin, abandoned, all fleas and all that. So it was nice to rescue her. Ah, fair enough, mate. Yeah. Oh, good. Our biggest asset is the owners. The owners, they got us out the shit because, ladies and gentlemen, see before the and this sounds dramatic, and I've told you this before. I don't know if any of you know Kirsten on Twitter. Kirsten's the best, most knowledgeable football person I know, and I've got on well with this last 10 years of this crap. And she was all there was a few people were my go-tos on Twitter for to keep me going. And I said, I'm not joking. I said to Kirsten, I was going to get rid of the page. I was just going to delete it. I wasn't going to do one of those I'm leaving. I was just going to press delete. And then, honest to God, I went out. I was here. Where was I? I can't remember where in the world I was, but wherever I was, I went out and I come back in, and I wasn't. I wasn't like a movie, but my finger was hovering over the button to delete, and then it come up. The Americans were coming in, and here we are now. I mean, let's be honest. The page has half helped me retire. You know what I mean? I don't earn a lot off it, but it certainly helps towards life. If you know what I mean. If that cat's she's chatting. She wants into the wife. What she wants in the bedroom. She's scratching the thing. But no, what I'm trying to say, the page was nearly gone. Then the owners came in, and here I'm 30,000 more punters a year later, and what is it? What we at? I'm at flipping 54 a million views a day at the moment or something like that. Aye, there's some toad in it. I think you. I mean, I've enjoyed my nights out in the past, but I wouldn't touch anything like that because I've got enough nonsense going in my head as it is. Right, listen, I'll let her into the bedroom. Hi, look, do you want to see my mat? Come on. You see my mat. I'll be back in 1 minute. I've got to go to the loo, right? I'll leave Sky Sports Noise on and I'll probably get a strike for that. Sorry about that. I was holding it in. And when you get to my age, your prostate, you can't trust it, especially with a fart, as my motorbike seat will tell you. Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you something now, gentlemen and ladies. I don't know if you know, I was a guy that Hong Kong lot used to leak to. It was me that found out about Dave King leaving and all that. And all the news I got was verified times a million. And even though I remember when I got the Dave King news, and it was only me that got it. Even Chris Jack phoned Rangers or something like that and said, no, he's not leaving. And I knew for a fact he was. And there was a couple of Facebook pages said that they got the news. It was physically impossible for it to happen. And the word physical, read take that, right. But what was my point? There was twice in the last 12 years, Rangers were nearly 100% gone. Twice in the Hong Kong lot, and a guy from the States helped us financially. But yeah. Jimbo and Yvonne the Mods, I don't know what that means, mate. But I believe it. Well, if you say it's good, it's good. Hey, what's Twitter saying? Yep, 3 notifications. Hands across the water. I'm here. I know it's. I just do this at night sometimes like this. It passes the time. Lovely. Yeah. Thanks for everyone joining in. Your chat's good, like keeps me going. I think I'm about. No, that right. There we go. We were totally, absolutely, totally. Craig Houston knew about it as well, and it was like we were absolutely at one point. I mean, proper. I mean, it was about 2 weeks away from being catastrophe, and it was kept out the papers by lawsuits as well. Apparently, the record were told, "Don't you dare print that." I hate being live because you say things you're not supposed to say. Anyway, fuck, it's out there now. Please go see my YouTube. Is it going up any numbers? Let me see if he's listened to me. 1567. What was it before? Oh, we've jumped up one. Brilliant. Got a few notifications. See, I won't tell you what social media platform is. There's somebody saying I told you so, as if they knew inside information about these players that have come in. Everyone knew they were coming in. I'm biting my tongue here. That's the one thing about being live. I need to remind myself I'm live now and again. Right. Right. Where's nah. See, this is actually annoying me, man. See, guys that say this. Right, anyway, sorry. I know it's good to get tall players. I mean, the thing, I'm still holding hope for Asgard. I'm still holding hope for Asgard. I know people will rightly criticise that, but I see people. I know, Ali. I know, Ali. See, I know you might see some nights. I just like rabbiting on more because obviously you all know Ali's one of the regular podcasters now, and she's a star. But some nights I just like sitting on my own talking like this because the thing is, if I go quiet and watch something in Sky Sports News, you kind of know. But if you're on with somebody, well, certainly I feel when I'm on with somebody, you've always got to keep talking. Although when I'm on with Tam, remember the couple of times we've done it with Tam, there was silences. I think there was stuff happening. I think it was when Russell Martin gets sacked and when the two Wallopers get sacked. So there was, that they were good nights actually on here. Exactly, Ali. I know it's like, listen, Ali, you're the same as me, Al. I know, Alan. What am I trying to say, Ali? Hang on a second. Aye. What was I going to say? Ali, we would, me, you, and every Rangers fan reading this, we would all love it to be 11 Rangers men, all from like the 50-mile radius of Ibrox, but it doesn't happen. We've got Rangers people at Rangers. I wonder what's happened with Jig, because Hart and Hand said that Jig was coming in to help the recruitment team, and it didn't seem it's nothing official yet. And that is not me criticising Hart and Hand because he's absolutely nailed on. But or maybe Jig's just is working there. I don't know. Maybe I don't. That's it. It'd be good to find that one out. Aye. But no, my point being, you've got guys like Jig, Barry Ferguson, you kicking about Ibrox. Saying there's other staff that have been there for years as well, and they can lift the phone to Ali McCoy's Goffey. All these players help them, and even the older guys as well. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But you saw that well. See when they celebrated the goal, the first goal, the players ran towards the corner at the closure in the Broomlin, and you saw them proper knew what it meant to score the other night, against Aberdeen. It's yeah. But I liked because the best, well, the result against Celtic was the best thing, but it was that second half. It was almost as if a weight had been lifted off their shoulders as well. That shirt became very light. They proved that they can handle the pressure of that shirt in the most dramatic and fantastic way. At their ground, a 6-pointer. After the first half we had, I would love to know what the team talk was at half time, but that was just magnificent to see. It was just brilliant. And I mean, we make him, we were running at the crowd, pushing that copper out the way. I think it's turned out that copper's a diehard Rangers fan as well, but they are told by the cops before the game, don't run to the crowd. And do you know why they're told not to run to the crowd? It's because people charge down. It can cause a crush. That's why they're told not to go to the crowd in England as well. But did Mikey Moore get booked for that? I've tried to find that out. I don't think he did he? Does anyone know? Aye, that's it. There's reality, as you know. Barrett, it was proper fucking yes, Aye. There's that referee, man. What a fall from grace that is, David Coote. Wronging. I mean, when he get done with I won't say it because you get cut off if you say it, but you know what I'm on about. The thing that annoyed me about that was somebody filmed him and grassed him up, but the other thing he was charged with, no excuse. Did he get booked? Well, some saying yes, some saying no. No, he's not been offered director of football. Well, he's been offered to be part of it. Okay, there we go. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Shankland here, the wee boy, will not give a crap because that was just awesome, man. That was just. I mean, he lives. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I was never particularly good at football. I played for Glasgow Schools and goals, primary schools, Glasgow South, as a goalkeeper. But I'm 51 and he'd landed permission from the airport, the local airport, to get out of my bed in the morning. I'm that fat. I still think one day Rangers might sound me. Right, Rangers might sign me. All right, thank you, mate. I think it's at the moment, Billy. It's a rumor, but it seems to be pretty. It's one of the. Sorry, you might be hearing that click. It's one of them that it's probably true. Heart and Hand. Somebody asked Heart and Hand in his thingy. Stevie said Rangers probably won't tell them if they ask. That'll be up to Danny at the presser tomorrow. So, there's rumours that he's in his foots in a boot. That plastic boot they do, and it could be 8 weeks, it could be 6 weeks, it could be the rest of the season. The rumour is Sterling's hammy's twatted and Moore's out as well. So people need to step the F up. The life of a professional footballer. And we can do it. We can do it because Aberdeen are crap. That's as poor a team as I've seen. Let's not be honest, they should have scored 2 goals, but they didn't. So what? They didn't score. Right, what will I change it to now? If you want to see, right, I can put them all in one, can't I? There we go. That's a big ticker. My YouTube channel, Frankie Jers, personal Frankie Troon, Rangers Facebook page at Rangers. What is it again? .fcn. I've had that for years. That. Yeah, I know. The thing is, so Alan, right, and this is dodgy. I don't like seeing this. Cooper was one good game, amazing game. Then he was 4 missing because if David Cooper was consistent back in the days, he'd have been in Italy or at Liverpool or something like that. But anyway, aye, Sterling. Moore's likely short time. Okay, Mr. Shanks. I know, but Billy, like, we've had it since the 80s, but we've always seemed to find them. I know, in it, TD can Mr. 1690. I know it's what can you say? I mean, it's a foot. Do you know what? Another phrase I hate in life is I hate it is what it is. That's a cop out. I don't like when people say it to me at work. Say, no, it's not an excuse. It is what it is. No, it's no. Fix it. I'm probably wrong there, but that's one of mine. That's one of my pet hates. I told you so, and it is what it is. I hate them too. That's nearly midnight, quarter to midnight. Usually I'll be finishing work here. Alison, I really said where you work. It's not my place to say where you work, but I usually I'll be finishing up soon. Harlan, Man City, man, they've been poor this year, haven't they? They'll probably win the Champions League now, though. Probably win the Champions League now. I don't mind City. Let's say Arsenal's my English team, so the Arsenal games in 3 hours are. They just stay up. What is it tomorrow Friday? I was. He does, didn't he? All right, Ali. I'll just stick on myself now. We more loves it. He does, and like I say, he's. We know we've seen that stuff coming out about. But even if you watch surrounded by average players, they stick out. That was a crap. The thing is, though, Alan, see, when I look at that, I started going in 81. See the team back then, that was crap. There's players now that people are forgetting how bad they were. They're almost been put in at legend status and that. I remember that player, and he was awful. I don't want to say names, but there's been a few, and they're doing rounds in podcasts. Mate, you were absolute fucking dog shit. I mean, they wouldn't get in this team now. I don't want to say their names, but we can work it out how it is. But aye, there was some absolute crap. Some good players back then as well, don't get me wrong. Jim Bett, man, he was a great player, and he just fell in love with Aberdeen, to be honest, in Iceland. So he was a great player, man. Aye. I've not had a coupon. I came close to a coupon. Do you know what happened? It was a few weeks ago. I had Chelsea on my last team to come in. Everyone else had the early payout, and it was Chelsea. And I think my winnings would have been 299. So, and I went to my phone about 10 minutes before the end, and I would have cashed out, but with a flipping blackout. You get them now and again here, and not just the Wi-Fi here, but that was a blackout. So that meant the receiver, for your mobile phone mast, it went as well, and I couldn't flip and cash out. But anyway, Hugh Burns, I'll say it now, he's a knob. Everyone in Troon hates him as well. I've got a story about him, but Hugh Burns was one of the worst football players ever to play for Rangers. And yeah, people have now got him up there in a pedestal. He was dog shit. Craig Patterson as well. All right, Craig Patterson's not doing the rounds, but these players were absolutely dire. Yeah, I know. Definitely Darren. Definitely Darren. Aye. I mean, who else? I mean, Cammy Fraser, man. Remember he gave the five. I think he scored against Motherwell and he gave us the fingers. We beat Celtic the week later, actually. I seem to remember. Aye, absolutely, Darren. Darren's right here. This is, and we will again. I mean, this is part. Listen, let's be honest, Rangers. We've got away with murder a lot this year. We have, but listen, see, when you win a league, you've got to have luck. Listen, the Jam. I don't know if Mr. Jambo's still here. I watch the best ever JS. Oh God, I hate this question. Jim Bett was a great player. Right, Mr. Jambo, Mr. Shanklin. My hero's Graham Souness. He's as I'm sure you know, Shanks. John Gregg's the greatest ever Ranger, and rightly so. But for me, it's Souness because he changed everything. And I was just at the age, I was 12 when he came in, and it was amazing what he did. I'm sure you know what happened. But Matt, the greatest player since then I've seen. That's a good question. That the thing is, being a goalkeeper, I go for the goalies because the goalkeepers win you championships. Again, I say it all the time. I hang off every word Sir Alex Ferguson says, and he says goalkeepers win you championships and trophies, strikers win you games. You know, and he said like a good goalkeeper like a Schmeichel, Gorham, that's 9 to 12 points a year. You know, Jim Bett was a great player. Do you know who I loved at the Jambos back then was John Robertson. He was a great player. And do you know who was a neighbour of mine was? Oh, what was his name? He got killed in a car crash. This is in the 80s. Brian. Oh, Brian. Oh, what was his name? It was Hearts defender. I think he was a defender back in the 80s. But no, Hearts used some great John Colquhoun and all that. Hearts have had great players over the years. But John Robertson, there was always rumours he might come to us, but I don't. Aye. But Jim Bett, because we tried to get Bett back, didn't we, from Aberdeen, and it just wouldn't come. But the thing is, Aberdeen were actually a good football team back then. You know, they were brilliant. There's not of two ways about it, but then it all changed. And the thing is, Aberdeen think they're a rival to us. No, you know, you're bellying. Get your fist out that sheep. You know what I mean? So, aye. Brian Whittaker, that's right. Because if anyone knows if you know where I came from in Glasgow, you know the high flats up at Belliston Park, just up from Ibrox. We stayed in what were called the Gardens under them. We were in first gardens and he was in fourth. Yeah, Brian Whittaker. He used to come out and play football with us. And that was a huge, well, Brian Whittaker. I don't think he's a Hearts legend, but he was a solid enough player, wasn't he? He was a decent enough player. John Robertson was a brilliant player, man. Absolutely brilliant. Ali says that if I was watching a thing on YouTube with Ali the other day, and he reckoned, see when Mo Johnson was at Ibrox, Ali says he was up there with the top 3 or 4 strikers in the world, and he was a brilliant player, Mo Johnson. When he signed, that was just fucking madness, man. I'll never forget that. I was at the golf club in Trinwellbeck Golf Club. Somebody was upstairs, as we called it, upstairs in the golf club. Somebody, the Rangers have just signed Mo Johnson. I get to, and they did, man. There's still people not been back. Aye, Brian Whittaker was he was solid, wasn't he? I think he was I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about him as a player, but I know he was. I mean, he lived in a nice enough house and he had a BMW. Maybe the BMW. I'm assuming that was probably a sponsor thing. But he was a nice chap. But I googled him not long ago. I thought Brian Whittaker. I found out he'd been killed in a car accident. That was pretty sad. Like, because he was nice. He was nice to the kids in the street. Not in a. You've got to, when you say that now, people think not everyone's an RC. Like again, being live, you've got to be careful what you say, but he was good, a good player. Do you know who was brilliant, Shank? See, when he was the manager at Kilmarnock, see Jim Jeffries, he stayed in Troon, and on Friday nights he used to be down the bar down the harbour. What's it called? Scots. And we were up there on a Friday night, and he was brilliant with us, man. What a gentleman, and he was funny. And you were all. I remember there was a day he was playing Celtic the next day. Well, you've got to beat them tomorrow. Got to beat them tomorrow. He's like, I guess you're all Rangers fans, and he bought around like. Mo Johnson was a great player. Aye, but Jim Jeffries, that was because see when you see Jim Jeffries in the telly, quite a dour-looking guy, but he was absolutely, and he was the nicest guy in the world. He was brilliant as he would sit with us as well, come over and say, "How you doing, lads?" and all that. And he would go and watch Troon Juniors as well. I think he's a football man. You know what I mean? These guys live and breathe football. I'll never forget that. I take it he's all Rangers fans. Aye. He was a nice chap, like Jim Jeffries. Another guy I used to have a beer with now and again was what's his name at Fools and Horses? Mickey Pearce. He just died recently as well. He lived in Pattaya for years. Used to drink in a bar. I drank in the Cherry Bar, and he was a dead good guy. Who else have I saw over here? Frank Lampard and John Terry were in Pattaya one night, drunk in my mate's club. Pardew's here all the time. Jimmy White lives here. Jimmy White's here now, actually. He plays pool all the time around town. Plays with the punters. He's a nice guy. Loads. What's his name that sparked out Wayne Rooney? He played for Rangers. I've had a few beers with him in Pattaya as well. His cousin lives here. Yeah. Jim, just a nice, and like I wouldn't say No, he didn't. He wasn't a friend of that. That'd be bullshit if I said that. But he said, Frankie, that's it. Yeah. And he would, how you doing? And because I was working offshore, he said, where you going? Are you working this week? He was genuinely keen to know. He was a nice guy, like, And I remember he saying, you're having a pint, and what your players doing? He says, don't worry, I know what each and every player is tonight. They're in their bed. That's right, yeah. I think Souness tried to get him as well, though, Alan. I seem to remember. But he went to Iceland because he did not marry an Icelandic lassie and ended up there. I mean, I could just remember me the tash and that kind of curly hair that they had back then, and it was a nice house, like, because actually he bought it off a family called the Sawyers. That's it. This is it. That's right. I remember when Princess Di and Charlie get married, we had a street party, and the people that arranged the street party had the house before Brian Whittaker. They were called the Sawyers family, Sawyers, Finlay, and I can't remember their names, but I think it was that's right. It was right good. The street party, probably the last ever street party the Britons had, because that was a thing then. But it was for Charlie and Diana's wedding with the street party. It was brilliant. All the Union Jacks out and all that, and the bunting and all that. And then when the Pope came to Belliston Park, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get banned. But anyway, I remember when they wall went up for the Pope, where he went, we used to call it the Pope slope, and there was a wall went up. And people were terrible and graffitied it quite soon after it went up. I have no idea who it was, like, but yeah. Wasn't me anyway, but I saw it going up. The Pope slope. Aye, that's right. He did play for Celtic, Brian Whittaker, didn't he? Aye. I think he was a Rangers fan, though, wasn't he? I might be. I mean, that was a long. That's flipping 40 years ago. Over 40. Christ Almighty, it's over 40 years ago. And 40 years before that was 1940. Oh, God's sake, man! Do you know what? I'm old. I'm not wet the bed for a while yet, so I can't be that old. So I talk crap on you sometimes. Sorry. Because is Bobby Murdoch not a Rangers man, though? I think he was actually a Rangers fan, was he not? Brian, he was, wasn't he? Aye. You had a good team, though, the Jambos back then, man. You do now, you've got a great team. Like I say, obviously, Mr. Shanks, I want everyone wants Rangers to win, but if you win it, I tell you what, I will not begrudge you it. I will not begrudge you it at all. It'll be brilliant. It'll be absolutely brilliant for the. And like I said the other week to you, I don't know if you were here when I said it. I was down the beach and the other beach. Well, this guy's back. He's a nice guy, an offshore guy's in the bar, and it was 10 o'clock news was on. Saturday night, I remember Man City were on, and Thailand's got a huge Man City support because I remember the owners before the Arabs was Thaksin family, the ex-Thai Prime Minister. They own Man City, and so a lot of Man City fans. So Man City was on. Somebody was playing pool. There was another game on the other telly, and then they had Thai terrestrial TV because Thailand still got the aerial TV. We don't have it, but the aerial's right behind my house. If you ever see me doing the videos from the hill behind me there. Anyway, it was the 10 o'clock news, national news on terrestrial TV, even all crackly and all that. Not crackly, but not HD, shall I say. Then the sports section come up and then it said Heart of Midlothian. There's Hearts on the telly and the Thai news, and that's huge. Because even Rangers and Celtic rarely get a comment on it, I think, anyway. I'd be a liar if I said I watched it a lot, but if it's on, the good lady, she watches the 6 o'clock news, and I've never seen Rangers and Celtic on it. I don't think, anyway. Aye, that's the midnight, man. I've been on 2 hours, an hour and 3/4 talking absolute pants, man. Right, there's somebody beeping me here. I know. I both. Yeah, we are at McDonald. I mean, is Sandy Jardine not actually a Hearts fan though? Is he not an Edinburgh boy, Sandy? I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments if I've got that wrong. I think Sandy was an actual Jambo growing up, wasn't he? But we are at McDonald most certainly wasn't. I know, it'll be great. I like watching the old YouTube videos and stuff like that. Do you know what I liked the other week, Shanks, was the thing that Sky did for you, the history. I can't remember the exact words. It was the history of the Hibs Hearts tie. It was brilliant. I loved watching it. Absolutely. I've got good Jambo mates. Like, I've got Tyson. But I don't know. I think I asked you before, you don't know Tyson, but he drinks in, what's it called? Lucky's. I'll go back a long, long way with Tyson. He's a good guy. Yeah, a real good guy. And loads of Jambos, man. I remember there was a James Connolly match in Edinburgh. I went through and saw a few of us went through to see some Hearts friends for a beer. I'll leave it at that. Aye. There's a big Jambo got a bar here as well. He used to, what's his name again? You'll know him. He's long. I think he's gone now. I think he's back in Edinburgh now because that strip of bars that he a good bar there, but they're gone now. But but the thing about the Thai TV, but that just shows you the global coverage you're getting. The global coverage you're getting. Because I'll never forget when you were going to win the league, we were singing Hearts, Hearts, Glories, Hearts at Ibrox. And then Celtic, and I'll never, they're going about cheating now. St Mirren lay down for Celtic that day. And that's why for years, the older Bears watching this and reading this or not, we used to call St Mirren Celtic reserves for it needed to win by 5 goals or something, and they did it. It was bollocks, man. Yeah, Sandy, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's Rangers legend, apps, the biggest stand in the stadium. Well, not, it's not. The Govern's obviously named after him, but yeah. I think you may be right about John Gregg's definitely an Edinburgh lad. Aye, I think so. I think you're right there. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, Mr. Gregg's, Mr. I mean, that's why I call. Somebody gave me not abuse. Somebody said, "What do you call Andrew Kavanagh, Mr. Kavanagh for?" I actually don't know, but it's just the way I've been brought up. He's our chairman, so it's a kind of instinctive thing. It's like my first ever podcast was Derek Parlane, and I've been talking to Derek for years on Instagram. And the first time I had a private message, I called him Mr. Parlane. My name's Derek. And Derek Parlane is a gentleman. He might come on a live one day actually with us. I'll get him on hopefully. That was terrible. I mean that was bollocks. That was absolute bollocks. That was a bad time for Hearts. That wasn't good. I remember it and I nearly said I want you to win the league. I don't. I want Rangers to win it, but I'll not be gutted if you do. Put it that way. And I doubt there's many. I mean, about nobody in the comments will want. We all want Rangers to win, but we'll not be gutted if you win. Maybe that as well. I think it's my parents as well. There's. I mean, there's. Aye, look right. Oh, that's right. Aye. But look, right. See, George. See, I met your dad. I would call your dad Mr. Laird. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would correct me right away, but I would call him Mr. Laird. It's yeah. It's just I don't know. It's just the way I am. Maybe it's a forces thing. Yeah, it's just a respect thing. Like I try not to swear in front of women. I mean, I certainly don't say the C word in front of women. I don't swear in front of my kids. I mean, I know loads of people doing it. Disney, that's great. It doesn't bother me, but there's that as well. That was the week before, wasn't it? That was the week. No, what? You've got me thinking here. Aye, because Hearts did go a bit as well, but it was just. It was a shame that for the Jambos. Then they get beat the next week in this cup final, didn't that Frank McGarvey? Aye. It was in Glasgow Centre as well when Celtic came back. Trust me, they weren't so happy then. I'll leave it at that. It was just Thomas Frank. His job's I like Thomas Frank. I think that's a gentleman. There's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. See in a year, right? Let's assume Rangers win the league and maybe win a Scottish Cup. If we're flying this time next year, see the Man United and see the Tottenham managers all come up, they're going to start to look at Danny. Let's be honest, they're going to start to look at him. These teams. And that's a good thing. It's not a good thing for us, as in we'll lose the manager, but it's a good thing because that means he's done something. But it's just past midnight now, isn't it? How long have I been on? 10 more minutes, and I'm going to go for my shower and go to my bed. I might stay up for this game. Declan Rice, there's a football player, that Declan Rice, and such a nice person as well. He's up there with the best footballers in the world right now, I would say. He can ping across and all. Like that Arsenal top he's got on in Sky Sports News. I think there's a shot, but I mean, everyone thinks that all the gear you buy here is sniding talent. It's not. There's loads of Adidas shops and everything, and the trainer resale thing here is massive as well. There's the Arsenal shirt. Remember the one with the JVC? That's for sale at the moment. Down from it's half price. It's about 40 quid from 80. I might get that actually. Yeah, that as well. But that as well. Yeah. But then again, Alan, if Arsenal, or not Arsenal, but I knew Tottenham and an English Premiership comes knocking, he'll probably go. Oh, he's brilliant, and he can ping across. And like I say, he's just a nice guy. Remember, I think he's been with his better half since they were kids, and because she's not a Miss World, he's getting dogs abuse. But I think she's really bonny. But he's just a nice guy. He was out. He was over. No, here, one of the other islands down further. He was down here recently, but allegedly in the summer, and he was good with the locals and all that. There's pictures of him. Aye. This might be hard to believe. I had a few nights out with Jimmy Page as well out Zeppelin. He lived in Patty and he used to live near us, so I had a few beers with him over the years. But then it turned out he's a major. Yeah, he's just a nice man. Yeah, it seems so. But that's the Korean thing. He's a nice guy. To be honest, I think most footballers are nice. Jack Butland, our goalkeeper's a real nice guy. You know, he's from. I mean, plenty of people have said it in the comments over the last year or since I've started doing these lives that he stops and talks to the kids and photographs and all that. Whereas some of the players, you know, when they walk and do the autograph and just go to their car, whereas Jack Butland apparently just he'll talk and photograph with everyone. He knows what it means, especially the kids. Like it's there's the first player I really saw close up. We went down to the Albion and it was just these players because John McDonnell was my first hero, even though Ali was there, but Ali struggled at first. And Coop was there. John McDonnell was my first Rangers hero. There we go. And Craig Houston was going to introduce me to Ibrox once. I was sitting in Craig's seat, Craig's dad's seat. I bottled. I was like, oh, you know. And I've met loads of players over there. I met loads of people over the years, famous. So I don't say half of it because you don't believe it, but and like Hong Kong with the 9 in a row lot, and it was just like being pals. And I'll tell you a story. When we're in Hong Kong, right, and it was a Champions League final, so it was on at 5 in the morning Hong Kong time. So this bar we drank in called Mes Amis, they put it on. It was on Hong Kong TV like 3 in the afternoon. So the bar put on a spread and all that, not just for us, just for anyone. And I was sitting there and I'd been on it proper. Bonner was to my right, the next seat next to me. Carlton Palmer was there. Ron Atkinson, a lot of these players, a 9 in a row lot, and all that. And the first tackle in the game, and I was the first person to speak. Even the state I was in, I never spoke the rest of the game. And it was Ian Ferguson was laughing at me, and I just knew. Consider the company you're in, shut your mouth. You don't have a clue, and you don't see the stuff they were talking about during the game. I was like, and I said to somebody, I goes, why don't you speak like that when you're doing commentary? He said, we're not allowed to. Because it was Ron Atkinson that said, not to me, but he was talking, such and such a player, he's not going to touch the ball for the next 9 minutes. And it was specific, and he didn't. The player didn't. And then somebody else, who was it? It was an ex-Leicester legend. It was a Leicester legend, but I can't remember his name. He said he'll get subbed in the next 4 minutes, and the player did. It was mental what they were saying, and I just knew it shut my mouth. You know, but I remember Ian Ferris just laughing at me, like, you know what I mean. But then that was 5 days with him was just amazing, man. It was one of the best 5 days of my life, man. Just been out with mates, all of them, Michael Mose, Alec Ray. Bomber, Nizzy. Dale Gordon was there. He was nice. But Durante, Jury. Because I think the Hong Kong Rangers Supporters Club is really close to Rangers, really close. So Billy Semple was there. Obviously, some of the owners on who I know, but Scott Semple, his son, lives in Hong Kong and runs it, helps run it. He runs the Hong Kong Rangers Supporters Club. And Billy, I think he's got the most caps for Rangers in the reserves, isn't he? He's a gentleman, Billy. And he played for Hong Kong Rangers. Anyway, that's that guy. I see this stuff with Connor Barron if he is injured, man. It's a sore one, that, especially if it's long term. We're going to, let's be honest, everyone's going to get a knock in a season here and there, a game out, like young Moore was, and long term ones. I just thought, because I think, can Thingy not come back soon? What's his name? Cornelius. Is he not due back soonish? Somebody in the comments know that one. I'll see Grealish getting sent off. Grealish getting sent off last night. I think he's a gentleman as well. Grealish, see what he does with kids. He's brilliant. I think because his sisters get Down syndrome or something like that. So he's brilliant. And the Christmas Day Liverpool thing, that's always nice to see. Like, remember that young kid last year? What was his name? Isaac won it. And the big defender went, so that was nice. Erling Haaland, 83 shots on goal. The next closest is Chunya Manu at 58, man. He's a machine, that, isn't he, Haaland? Used to think that Asgard plays with him. That's me, right. Right, listen, I'm going to go because I'm going to go to my bed, all right? Right, thanks everyone for listening to my crap tonight. Cheers.